Hello, Georgetown. I'm Beverly Enos, and this is Spotlight Georgetown. You can find us Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. This is your cable station, and I say this every time. You actually own this station. This is yours. So why don't you come down and use it? Our guest today has just been in watching the control area for a while. He said it's really neat in here. They got a lot of stuff. For our students that would like to be part of this after school, for retired people, it's a great option to find something, learn something new. They have some wonderful computer equipment in there. It's positively scary to me, but we can also put you behind the camera, and we can also put you in the hot seat. So if any of the above appeals to you, let me know, and we'll make it happen. Now today we're talking to Connor O'Grady, and we're talking about his Eagle Scout project, amongst other things. Welcome.
Thank you.
Now you're from Georgetown.
Yes.
Your whole life?
My whole life, yeah.
Your whole life.
My parents moved in just like 10 days before I was born into my house. So you can just imagine how my mom felt.
Yeah. Now, do you have brothers? I know you have a sister.
Yeah, I have a sister. She's 2 years younger than me. She just turned 16. She just got her driver's permit yesterday. I went driving with her.
That's a scary thought.
Yeah.
So just the one sister.
Yep.
And she's been on the show before for Builders Club.
Yeah, for Builders Club.
Yeah.
That's middle school club.
Now,
yeah.
how long have you been a scout? What grade do you start in?
Well, I started Boy Scouts when I got into 6th grade, but I had been a Cub Scout for a long time. All my friends were getting into Cub Scouts. I remember being at one of my friend's birthday parties, and he got a Tiger Cub uniform as a present, and I'm like, oh, Mom, I want to do that too. And so it was Den 10. That was the den I was in, and for a long time, we would just go and have a great time at the church, and that's what I thought Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts was going to be, but
No, Boy Scouts is a little different.
Yes,
it changes.
It changes a lot.
You're a senior in high school.
Yes.
So this is your last shot at all of this.
Yeah.
Now, what's
First and
difference
only.
from Cub Scouts to Boy Scouts?
Boy Scouts is a lot more advancement based. You just have to grow up to work yourself through the ranks of Cub Scouts. But for Boy Scouts, you gotta tie knots. You gotta learn merit. You got to do
It's
first
still
aid.
badge oriented.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what's the difference from, so that's Boy Scouts all the way up through high school?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as a scout, did you still have time to do other extracurricular type things, activities and?
Well, as throughout high school and middle school, Boy Scouts didn't really take up too much of my life, so I was able to focus on, I played football for a few years, and I've played lacrosse on the high school team ever since 7th grade. And I've had plenty of time to do other stuff. It wasn't until this Eagle Scout project came up that I had to start really making sacrifices.
What made you decide to do the Eagle Scout? Not all scouts do that. Very few, actually.
Well,
very small percentage across the country.
I think it's like 7% or something like that actually complete the Eagle Scout project. And of course, I couldn't have done it without the help of numerous people. But I decided that I had a lot of things set up. I had a great guy in Mike Bonia who said, hey, any project you want, I'll help you out. So I had that, and everything was just, the path was paved for me. It seemed as though there was...
Now, you could have just taken a walk through the woods and done something simple.
Yeah.
Or planted trees, or, This is a very intricate project.
Yeah.
Why this?
Well, I took some walks with George Kaminsky. He was on the show a little while ago, right? Yeah. And we were looking at trails. We were looking at bridges I could build. And I thought that it was too much work. And so I was like, wait, building a sign in the front of the church, that's not much work. And I was wrong.
You're clueless, absolutely
yeah.
clueless. Now, this is the sign that was put up Columbus Day week.
Yep, Columbus Day week.
At the First Congregational Church, which is the big white church across from Town Hall. It's right in the front. You can't miss it. It is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
But
Really
from the
appreciate
planning stage until putting it up, how much time did that take?
It was the middle of this summer, probably around 4 months. the building, the construction was probably 3 months, and it's still not quite finished yet. If you look out there right now, there's cap blocks stacked up. I got to put those down and
plant some flowers. And,
yeah. And but I had to start with all the paperwork of it before I started, and I had to get donations for all the.
How did you get the donations? Who helped fund this?
Well, there's a lot of people who helped.
Oh, you have a thank you list.
Yes, because there's so many people. I had Home Depot helping out in Seabrook, which I'm so surprised. All the way up in Seabrook, they're helping out at Georgetown. It blows my mind. But they donated all the lumber.
Oh,
and,
nice.
Yankee Pine helped out donating or giving me a great discount on PVC, AZAC sort stuff. It covers the whole sign. Georgetown Building Supply was awesome. Helping out with local business, just local stuff, was always my goal in this. And they donated everything that I asked them for. And they donated all their time and everything. Purple Dragon Arts.
That's me.
Yeah, and that frame was great. And you see it looks really great.
We had a few discussions on how to frame the signage for the plexiglass and fitting into the frames, and so that was my portion.
Yeah, Hobby Lobby, all the way up in Manchester, New Hampshire. They donated all the wooden letters that you see on the front. And Georgetown Bank lended some money, gave me some money. Angles and Art, that's where I got the plexiglass in Haverhill. Noonan's and Pratt's Hobby Shop, Pingree Insurance, and the building inspector, John Medevere, he helped out a bunch too. Camp Dennison, so much of my family. My family just came in so well. I didn't know I had so many talented people in my family. But one of my uncles works on $1 million cars, and he did all the detail, and there's so much perfectionism in the front of the sign, and the tracks, and the frame, and the letters. And I'm glad I had that. Kevin Southwick, a local Boy Scout who's an adult leader now, who is an Eagle Scout, really moved on the Eagle Scout brothership, if you want to call it that. I want to thank Mike Bonnia again. He's been such a help. The church itself was a help.
Yeah, letting you do this.
Letting me do this, letting me take apart their lawn. And of course, my family. They were so supportive in every way, and stayed up with me long nights trying to fit everything on the sign. And
your mom was funny. She said when I got the frame and I gave it to her to take over, she said, "Yep, something else to put together in the garage." She said, "I haven't had a garage for months."
It's funny because the night that I took the sign out, I cleared out my mom's garage bay, because I knew the one thing that she'd want to do is pull it in. So that was a little way to thank her. And but a lot of my friends helping too.
And you made it in the budget.
Yeah. Sometimes, I didn't really have a problem with budget. If I ever came close, I could just call someone in and say, "Hey, help me." And it was easy.
I've seen photographs. And I remember coming through town and seeing 3 or 4 young men, boys, digging up the front lawn, and I'm thinking, what are they doing? And they're down in holes, and they've got shovels, and there's dirt everywhere. How many people actually helped with that physical part of it?
With that physical part, I'd say around 20 people. We had one day where there was 12 different people coming and going. Like when someone would leave, 2 people would come. And then it was, so it's just a lot of people donating their time. It was great.
Now, you had to literally dig out down into the ground. How deep did the posts go?
They went 4.5 feet into the ground. So, the person who's going to remove these signs is going to have a really tough time. And the wall is also like 2 feet into the ground. There's 3 courses that you won't even see.
Really?
So it just stabilizes the wall, and that's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere. Did you have to consult professionals for the engineering part of this?
There's so many professionals. I mean, Mike Bonio is a local contractor. Kids have gone through the school system. His daughter's really good friends with my sister, and my uncle, the one who works on the $1 million cars, was all about the perfectionism. And I went to your advice for the framing. I mean, I learned to really trust the professional. Anyone who really knows their trade, I listened to them and tried to work everything out how they foresaw it, and it came out as they did.
Now, when you were thinking of doing this, did you realize that all these things were part of it? Or did you just think, I'm going to put up a sign?
I thought, I'm going to put up a sign. I didn't.
What were the lessons that you learned from this?
Well, there's a lot more to putting up a sign. But it's also, like I said, always listen to the professional. They really know. That's what they've been doing all their life. Don't think that your ideas are better. I mean, work with them with your ideas, and they'll make your ideas better because they really know what they're talking about. And start your Eagle Scout project earlier. I thought I was starting it very early. I was some people were surprised. Oh, you're already starting that? And
because you had a deadline.
Yeah, my 18th birthday, which is November 11th. You can say happy birthday.
You're no
to
longer
me if you want.
no longer a scout.
Yeah, I'm no longer a scout. I can be an adult scout, but I can't complete my Eagle Scout with that happening.
So it had to be done by November 11th.
Yes.
So you get done a month early.
Close. Maybe. I'm not quite done yet.
Well,
that's the thing.
Okay. Yeah. There's some fine tuning to still do. Mostly the landscaping.
Yeah, but there's a lot of paperwork too, and that's the boring part.
Yeah. Building it was much more fun. And that was the next question. What was the most fun part about doing this?
Building.
Building.
And it was also, leading was really the big thing. The whole reason that people have these Eagle Scout projects and why it's part in scouting is to show leadership, and it's to teach leadership. It was great for me to be on the site, and people would come to me with questions, and I would tell them how to do it, and then they would, without a question, go and do it to the best of their ability. And I don't know, I like that power. And I learned a lot about leadership, and I like that.
What would you advise future scouts to do about the Eagle Scout?
Start earlier. No, but everything that you think's going to take a little while, it's going to take 2 weeks more. Everything that I've planned, with the deadline, it's happened 2 weeks after, and it's really inevitable. I tried my hardest, hours and hours and hours every day to hit that deadline, but it ended up hours and hours of every day in 2 weeks trying to do it. And
now you're graduating this year.
Yes.
Where are you going?
I don't know. I haven't really focused on college because I've been so focused on this. And that's something I really got to jump into after I finish this. But
what type of college are you looking for?
4-year, getting my bachelor's degree in some sort of business. I want to get into the music business because I really have a passion for music. But I don't know the best way to get there. No. But I don't.
You could go into business management.
Yeah, like music management, but I don't know the best way to get there, and I need to talk with some people in the industry.
That's what college is for.
And that's what colleges is for. And I don't know if it's best to get a business major or a music management major, but I want to get my master's too. And that's, I'm sure of that.
Well, you set the goal for the Eagle Scout and you made it. Mm-hmm. So if you set the goal the same way that you do for college and your master's, you're a shoo-in. Not a problem. I want to thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. This has been a fun interview. And everybody should go take a look at the church. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's a wonderful looking sign. As you said, meticulous. Those letters are just perfect. Perfect. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Connor. I'm Beverly Enos. This is Spotlight Georgetown. Don't forget, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Thank you for joining us. Bye for now.